How's it going, guys? So I am a beginner guitar learner, and I bought my very first guitar right here, which is a Taylor Mini GS. And then I went and bought another guitar, which is more economically friendly. This is a Mitchell MO100S. Both of those guitars features a solid wood top for better sounding. Both of those guitars on the side is laminated wood. So as they always say, it's important to have a solid wood top because the guitar is going to sound slightly better. Now, also important is the internal design of those guitars. The bracing for the top also affects the sound quality a little bit. Now, I am a total beginner, so all those doesn't really sound or make any sense to me. But I think what most important for you, if you are also thinking about getting to learning your guitar from scratch without any instructors, teachers, and you just want to learn on YouTube, what I think most important is you need to find a guitar not necessarily sounding good, but you need to find a guitar that actually fits your hand, because those are actually excellent examples here. The Mitchell MO100 is a auditorium style guitar, which is slightly larger than the Mini GS, which is more like again, it's very compact. It's one of the smaller guitars available. Again, going to the most important thing I think for any beginner, including me, is to have a guitar that fits your hands. Now, I have a smaller hand. This Mitchell MO100S features a full-size fretboard. Okay, so this one is, I think, 25 inches and more, 25 and a half inches. This one, the Mini GS, is a 24-inch or something like that. Now I can measure really quick so you guys can see. The Mini GS features I think we measure from here, a 24-inch fretboard, and this one features a 25 and a half inch fretboard. Now, for me, my fingers, because they're smaller, I can't really spread them as much on the Mitchell. On the Mitchell, each frets are longer distance spaced. So if I'm trying to do a C chord, it's very hard for me to grab the chords and then have my other finger like all the way on top. It's very hard. This one, because it's shorter, it's much easier for me to grab those chords. Okay, so it doesn't take me any efforts to grab a C chord, but on here it takes me a lot more efforts. Again, because the entire length of this string area is longer. I don't know the proper terms, but again, it's longer. This board, this fretboard, this wood board is longer, much longer than this one. Another thing that's important is the nut width. The nut width of this one, I believe it's, let's see, we're gonna measure really quick. So this one is 1 3/4 inch, so 1.75 inch, and this one is, it's about 1.75, slightly less than 1.75 inch. This also is important for people with smaller hands because it doesn't take me much to travel, doesn't take much for my finger to travel around each different strings. In turn, makes it easier for me to reach all the chords. Again, it's all about finding the right chords and reaching them. And for me, for like this full-size nut width and full-size board, it's just much harder. Okay. Now, if you have a larger hands, this one actually, the smaller fretboard might not fit you because it's very hard if you have large hands to, find the chords and squeeze all your fingers together. Larger hands with longer finger length, it's gonna benefit from a larger fretboard as well. And that's just, something that I really want to talk about for anybody that's gonna try to learn guitar from scratch. For me, I bought those two guitars. Now this one is quite a lot more expensive than this one. This one I bought for around $70. Great guitar, sounds great, and it's full size. So I think this would actually really benefit someone with a full size hand or larger hands. This one, it's smaller, it's more expensive. Now a lot of people say, oh, this is only great for travel, which is not true. I'm a dude, and the size of this fretboard is just perfect for learning, for absolute beginner to learn on, which is me, okay? So that's what I think is important. It's not the sound of the guitar. Now this one sounds definitely fuller. The larger the size of the guitar, the fuller it sounds. The smaller the body, like the more crisp it sounds. But again, at the very beginning, I don't think it actually matters that much. At the very beginning, you want to get the chords down as best as you can. Not worrying about the sound of the guitar, not worrying about the material of the guitar. However, I do find a medium range or like entry level proper acoustic guitar is much better made compared to a absolute entry level guitar. This one, when it first came out, I think it's being sold for like less than $200. This one still retails for $600. Is there a difference in build quality? Absolutely yes, but also the action is just so much better. The action of the guitar of the Taylor Mini GS, it's hard to describe. If you're a beginner and you tried both of those guitars, you can immediately like the action of this one, because this one, when you press, the action is a distance between the string and the fret. It's just much better design. Okay, for that extra couple $100, it's well worth the cost if you have the money to get a better made guitar. And again, at the right size. You don't want the fretboard to be way too big for you and you couldn't even enjoy learning the guitar on. So I hope you found this kind of impromptu review helpful in helping you getting into learning guitar from scratch. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to discuss or listen to your comments and also learn with you guys. Okay, so thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.